a ton of information to get through today, so without further ado, I'm going to hand the presentation over to the lovely Linda Brett for the resident portion of our program today.
Hello. I'm so used to it, it's become a part of my face. That's good. Are we good now? Are we good now? Let me turn this a little bit this way. Okay. The Executive Board and the Philanthropy Committee want to share with you, and as my grandsons would say, awesome experience that we had. I will need to read the slides or the overheads for the benefit of our residents with vision issues. On June 8th, 2022, the Resident Council Executive Board and the Philanthropy Committee members went to the Front Porch Home Offices in Glendale for a tour and discussion with Front Porch leaders. We were welcomed with open arms. People were genuinely glad to see us and looking forward to hearing what we had to share with them. This feeling continued all day long. The office is purposely designed to encourage collaboration and teamwork. The leadership offices have glass walls and face the areas where the staffs work, and all staffs can easily interact. The leadership offices are all the same. CEO John Woodward's office looks no different than any of the other leaders. And they face the staffs, and then everyone can interact each way. The kitchen cafe is in the middle of the entire floor, creating a natural gathering space for employees to collaborate. This area is very inviting for employees and has a number of amenities. Comfortable spaces and glass walls allow employees to feel connected. Employees throughout this floor are able to work anywhere they want to. Treadmill desks allow for exercise, essential for blood flow and oxygen, while enhancing creativity and cognition. In addition to these treadmills, there are games that foster staff interaction. And John Woodward's favorite is shuffleboard. We don't know how good he is, but we sure didn't see any trophies in his office. It was fun. White boards abound and are strategically placed in gathering areas to encourage small group collaboration. And you see interesting comments on these boards, thoughtful comments. You also see a few jokes, a few pictures drawn, and a few notations about something that's happened in someone's family. Large conference rooms with video conferencing capabilities allow employees in other locations to join in on meetings and discussions. The functional technology is amazing. For example, there are electrical outlets between every 2 seats for laptops and so forth, and the overhead microphone creates a room that anyone speaking can be heard by everyone else. During the tour, we were fortunate to meet with David Park, Vice President of the Center of Innovation, who invited us into his office/lab to demonstrate several innovations that his group is working on. Of particular interest were projects to improve the quality of life for summer house residents. He indicated that the new summer house being built here at Walnut Village most likely would be the testing site for these innovations. He showed us one example. He had Alexa hooked up to the TV and asked for a certain program to come on, and suddenly we were in the middle of a forest with a beautiful path that we slowly moved down as background music accompanied our trip. There is also an innovation they're looking at for Parkinson's, and we did not hear a lot about that, but what we did hear, it was very exciting. Following lunch, we met for a wide-ranging discussion. Joining us were John Woodward, CEO, and several members of his senior staff, including, and some of you may know some of these people, Jeff Cianco, Jill Hammer, Carrie Olson, Mary McMullen, Catherine Miller, Mary Knott, Cindy Morris, and these people are truly amazing and knowledgeable. Take a look to see some of the areas that they are in charge of. The interaction between them is quite impressive. Subjects included resident concerns, budgeting, volunteering, fundraising, home office outreach to individual communities via in-person visits, environmental initiatives, and coordination between communities. Throughout the discussion, it was apparent that the front porch home office staff's main consideration was the welfare and safety of the residents. The one thing that all of us that journeyed up there regretted was that each one of you could not have been a part of this. It was an amazing experience. And we want you to know this one thing. They are working every single day to make each of your lives better.
Thank you, Linda, for that great presentation. We appreciate it. Okay, so it's my turn again. You know what I get to start with every time. Can't wait till it's a different subject. Update on COVID. So as you know, we've had several staff cases here recently, and that's really impacted some of our departments. So truly, to all of you, thank you for your patience while we work this out. As you know, it makes it hard on the rest of the staff that are here. But hopefully you didn't notice too much of a blip. We've had a couple residents impacted as well, and this new BA.5 variant is very, very infectious, contagious, so please continue to follow our COVID protocols. As you know, because we've had so many test positive, the state of California and Orange County Department of Public Health has mandated that we do twice weekly testing because we're using the rapid test, not the PCR test. We're doing that for a reason. Right now, the government is no longer covering the testing, so they would be billing your insurance, and we want to alleviate that, especially with the frequency that we're testing right now. So unfortunately, we do have to do 2 times per week. The good news is, and everyone please cross your fingers, we're 7 days, no new positive cases. We just need to get through 7 more, and we're free and clear. So hopefully, we're looking for negative news. We actually have an off-site commitment next Friday. A couple of us are going to UCI for an earthquake simulation and drill, and some technology that's going to be put here at our community. So we're going to have to do the testing next week on Tuesday and Thursday. It's in your Friday memo, and Judy will also make sure that you've got reminders the night before. A quick request, if you're at a doctor's appointment on either Tuesday or Thursday morning of next week, come into the clinic the day before and we can go ahead and test you, okay? As always, please comply with the COVID protocols. Please do not change capacity of rooms or add chairs to common area spaces at this time. Please be aware of how many people you are around and if they are masked or not. Remove yourself from unsafe situations. Continue to wear a mask for any indoor activity right now. As you may have heard, LA County is probably going to have to go to indoor masking in all common areas soon. Isolate yourself if you do not feel well and let us know immediately so we can test you. And of course, wash your hands. And thank you for turning in your fountain surveys. The overwhelming winner was our existing fountain. In looking at it with Ethan,
the base has got some structural issues at this point. Well, it's kind of falling apart. So we really need to replace that base, and we also want to make sure that we can get rid of that netting. So a way to do that, and we have to thank our resident artist here, Ed Leonard, who put together kind of a sketch allowing for a new base and then plants around the interior ring or the exterior ring, and then river rock and stone, so the water will fall onto stone. So we can get rid of that ugly net, but still have our beautiful fountain. So we'll be working on that. And we've always been, well, I hear, Walnut Village has always been a resident-centered community, and that's why you have so many great committees and really participate. We're always looking for more participation though, so if you'd be interested in joining the Music Committee, which comprises chorale and chimers, Scholarship Committee, Dining and Food Committee, Library Committee, Earthquake Preparedness Committee, Musical Theater Committee, Philanthropy Committee, or Safety and Grounds, we will be having, in coordination with the resident executive board, we're putting together a community fair sometime in the fall, so stay tuned for those dates where we're really going to encourage folks to participate in work of our wonderful committees here. Other general updates, as you know, you heard it in the Friday memo last week, we are locking the PAC. Well, we don't have events going on in here. Les's door, when Les is here, will always be open, this side door. And of course, we keep an eye on the calendar. We'll open the PAC doors so that you can participate in your rehearsals and etc. But just for safety, we want to go ahead and keep it closed when we're not using it. Ethan's going to talk a lot about our current Capex projects. I wanted to also let you know that we're considering and hoping to be able to cover the trash compactor with a pergola and vines and putting trash cans behind an enclosure. So it looks a little nicer if you're on the west side of the building. And we're hoping and looking into adding a bocce ball court, which I think will be fun. We do have a new security company, and we do have additional coverage now from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. Pet owners, if you'll please go ahead and provide us your updated vaccination information to Ernest by July 31st. We know that some of you have cats who we can't crate, won't get into a crate. Barbara Olson found a good mobile vet, so we can get that information for you. That veterinarian is going to be coming here. And as a reminder, please pick up after your dog. Please immediately let the front desk know the pet stations are low on bags so a team member can refill them. Okay, I promise I'm getting close. Voluntary evacuation drill. We haven't really been doing evacuation drills here at this community from what I understand, and we need to do that. The staff needs to learn how to do it. Our primary responsibility is keeping you guys safe. Even if there's an earthquake, our staff, even though we have an amazing earthquake committee, our staff is responsible for checking every apartment and making sure that there's no gas or mechanical or structural damage, and making sure that you're safe. So that's our primary concern. And so the staff is going to be doing an evacuation drill on August 24th. We're looking for volunteers because the more folks who actually do it with us, I think we can all build confidence. We can see what went well, what didn't, what we could shore up, and make sure that we can get everybody out of here quickly if we need to and safely. So please turn in your survey by the 10th of August to Ernest, and we can add you to our voluntary list of participants. Caregiver Resource Center. So Patty Trevor is not here right now. She's back east, but she's got a collection, many of you have seen probably, a collection of books and games dealing with folks with memory impairment, and a lot of great caregiver resources, written materials. And so over by the clinic in the back where Pam's office is, we're putting together her caregiver resource center. You can check out those items so that perhaps it can help you or someone that's dealing with caregiving challenges. Okay, and I'm gonna do Pam's part now. So Pam is on vacation, so she just wanted me to remind everyone that we're getting a lot of requests for labs to be drawn or done here on site. Unfortunately, the lab is a third-party provider. They're dealing with their own staffing issues. Sometimes we don't know what time they're gonna come. They come when they come. So if you do need quick, immediate stat labs, it's probably best if we can help you get to Quest or to Kaiser and help you get those done off-site. And medication destruction, we're doing a lot of medication destruction as well. We're happy to do that. Please scrape out or cross out your name with a Sharpie on a card or on the bottle. That's the part that takes about the longest. So we're happy to destroy your meds for you, but if you'll just go ahead and mark out your name, that would help nursing a lot. Okay. I'm now going to hand this over to Susan for sales and marketing updates. Does anyone have any questions in the meantime while we're waiting for Susan to make her way up? Yes, Lou. Yes, I will get, for the mobile vet, he was asking to reiterate who to go to for the mobile vet. Ernest and I will get the information from Barbara Olson, who the vet is. I know her last name is Nunez, but I don't know much more. So we'll get that information to you. You can just go ahead and call Ernest this afternoon and we'll have it for you. You're welcome. Judy.
Do we give the medication that we want to destroy to whom?
To the clinic, to Pam.
Okay.
Medication to be destroyed should be given to the clinic.
Okay. Hello?
Hi.
I have a doctor's appointment Monday. Do I go over to the nurse's station to get?
No, you can come test on Tuesday during the regular scheduled testing.
Oh, okay.
So we're testing on Tuesday and Thursday. So if you were going to a doctor's appointment on Tuesday morning, we would ask you to come on Monday to the
Okay.
clinic, but we don't need to worry about it.
All right. And then the other one was, I'm drawing a blank.
Come back. We'll come back.
Judy, Bob, Critchfield has, oh, and so does George. Hold on 1 second, Bob.
What are the days and hours that the clinic is open?
Every day from, I think, 10 to 1. Bob Critchfield.
For the evacuation drill, what are we volunteering for?
Basically, so the staff just is going to, the staff is assigned a certain number of rooms in common areas, and they're responsible for either getting you down the stairwell safely or to elevator 4, and then getting you to the proper assembly point for your floor, and then taking roll call. So it's really just easy. It's just really for the staff and you to know what the process is. For you, it's easy. You're on the first floor near a door, so you're pretty easy. Okay, Susan.
Okay, hello everybody. Well, sales and marketing, as you can see on the number 6 category, occupancy is down. It's at 87.6. We think that we're at the end of people moving out or leaving the community. So right now we do know we have several hot prospects that are looking seriously at Walnut Village. So we're hoping that by, are we going to be in August? By August, September, that you'll be seeing some new faces here. The other, just as a reminder, I've talked about it before, but the resident referral program. That's where you'll let us know if you have a friend. Some of you have come to me and we've already reached out to them. But if they do move in, you will receive a $5,000 credit to your monthly fee, and after they've been here for 90 days. The other really cool news is this weekend, while you are all enjoying the West Coast Pops concert, we are having a pre-concert event starting at 6 o'clock, where we have about 25 individuals. Some are already on the wait list and coming to take a look again at Walnut Village. And then they're going to join you at the concert. So if you see new faces, be your usual selves and be friendly and outgoing like every one of you have been when we've been on our tours. Other things, on another outreach program, I'm reaching out to a lot of different professional groups, from realtors, fiduciaries, referral agents, doctors, home care agencies, all sorts of individuals, to work in conjunction with them, but for them to give marketing referrals for people to come in. And one of the others is going to senior centers. So I've gone to the Orange Senior Center. I'm scheduled to go to Oasis down in Corona Del Mar. The Norman P. Murray was one of my philanthropies that I was very involved with for many years down in Mission Viejo. So just putting out a wider net for people to consider this lovely community. So just know when you see Marina and myself, we're trying our best to bring you some new people to make it a full community again. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. And then I just want to remind everyone, the Resident Council Executive Board, so Elaine and Linda and Bernie and Doug will be here after the meeting if you want to ask any questions about their trip to Front Porch on June 8th. And we're ready for Ms. Kim for dining updates.
Happy Friday, everybody. Just wanted to give you a staffing update. So Josh, our newest server, has pretty much completed his training, and he's on his own at this point. We actually have a new server who is with Joel right now. Today is his first day, and you might see him tonight in the dining room. And we're looking to fill 2 more server positions. We're also continuing to interview to find a prep cook, and then we will be fully staffed. We want to invite you next Friday at 2 o'clock to join us in the Breezeway for a 1 in a Melon watermelon event. Come and enjoy some refreshing watermelon, and I know Judy's has a watermelon eating contest planned, so it should be a fun afternoon. And then the following Tuesday, the 26th, travel with us to France for a traditional French meal. That'll be during our normal Grove dinner hours and will be normal points. So wear your beret and come and join us for dinner.
Thank you, Kim. And Ethan, you're next. And in the meantime, I just want to let everyone know we talked about, fun and games, things that we could do for the Once in a Melon. And there, of course, is the watermelon eating contest. We talked about a watermelon toss, but thought that that might get a little messy, so we nixed it.
How about the seed spinning?
Seed spinning.
Thank you, Deborah. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Happy Friday. So, we've been really busy in the maintenance department. I'm sure a lot of you have seen a lot of the stuff we've been going on lately. One of the main big things that we finally got done is the hot water. Hot water recirculation system has been repaired and is operating the way it should be now. So everybody should be getting the water that they should get for their unit. If you do experience some issues still, please make a work order and let us know. We'll come and investigate. There may be additional issues going on with individual fixtures within your unit. Okay? Second thing we got going on is we're still working on the garage access control. it's taking a little bit longer. We gotta put some electronics in for the doors, down the stairwells, so, and we're also working on the double door, that leads into elevator 5 there, is still down waiting for parts to get in for that, so bear with us on that. Let's see. Of the electrical room, we have the HVAC back up and running, so that should be all good with the hallway down there. We shouldn't have any more issues with it being too warm down there. Again, we just talked about the double doors for the basement that I'm waiting for parts to come in on. And a big issue that we are working on right now is part of the HVAC system. One of our main condenser pumps failed. So we fortunately have a secondary, which we are running on right now. And at this time, we are having the motor rebuilt and should be back in by next week to have our system back up and running fully again. And that was part of the reason why we had the hot temperatures in the hallways last week and a lot of the different areas. I'm sure a lot of you noticed. And also, we have new umbrellas that we put up in the putting green area. I know a lot of them were getting torn up and weathered, and so we went ahead and got all those replaced for you, so those should be up and nice and shady for you out there. Okay, and then also we are going to be putting together a schedule with you guys to start doing some cleaning of the patios. So we'll have to do some pressure washing on that, and with all the patios being stacked, we'll schedule with everybody, let everybody know so that we're not pouring water on top of you if you're sitting out there on the patio, okay? Because all that water is going to roll down, and we'll clean all that up afterwards. But we'll definitely get everybody scheduled with that so that we can get everybody's patio cleaned up nice. And I don't know if everybody's noticed, but we've done a lot of painting as far as the parking structures out in front here, the crosswalks, a lot of the safety signage and stuff we've been working diligently on. And I think it's coming out really nice. A lot of people complimented on it, so we'll keep going with that. We're going to work our way around to the back of the property as well and get some of those striping back up. And then following here is just some of the pictures that I took after we completed these projects here. So, if anybody has any questions, feel free. Yes.
Making her way this way.
Thank you. We were here 4 years. We lived with tepid hot water. We now have real hot water. It's wonderful.
Great. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you.
Well, George, you should live in my unit. We don't have hot water. Did you turn the heat down on the water during this pre-process of working on this?
No.
Well, when you first started on the first delay, I talked to one of the maintenance guys, and he said they were turning it up. They had it turned up, and it was really nice. It was hot. I can go in and start shaving now and take a shower, and I can leave the water going full force all the time on all the way hot, and it's not hot.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, if there's issues still with some of the units, there very well may be some internal fixture problems that we have to resolve still. So we'll go ahead and address that.
Well, I'm at 271, and we've always had a problem in there.
Okay, yeah, well, definitely, I got that jotted down right here for you.
A question about the balcony cleaning. Those of us have cushions on our furniture and potted plants of varying sizes. Are they in any danger of getting poorly treated, or maybe the plants are too small to take a hard hose on them? Or
Well, we'll definitely move everything out of the way to make sure that we're not damaging any of your plants or cushions or anything for your furniture.
okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, guys, thank you.
Okay, with Sandy on vacation, I'm gonna do her slide, but if I can ask Les to start making his way up here. So resident services update, Sandy's on vacation until the 25th. In the interim, if you have any computer issues, please let me or Ernest know, and we'll try to find the right resource for you. Any other concerns, just please let Ernest or I know, and we'll try to find somebody who can solve the issue for you. Okay, here is Les.
It's really great to be here. It's a really wonderful place to be. And I've enjoyed meeting people and getting to know you, and I want you to know that it's a really wonderful spot. People have talked about staffing issues, having adequate staff for the different departments. I want you to know that the spiritual care department is fully staffed. We sent out a religious preference survey, and we've received responses from about 86 residents, which is about half the total number of residents at the time. And I have delineated some of the numbers for you of residents who identify religiously according to those who have responded to the survey. Because we have half of our population responding, we can consider this a relatively good, convenient sample of our demographic. Our demographic, of course, being residents of Walnut Village. I would, however, like for you to continue to hand those in. I'd like 100%. So if you haven't given me a response, I'd appreciate getting one from you, just to add to this, just to know what you want, religiously and spiritually. Our Jewish population is almost 6% of our residents that have responded. Now, we have provided services in the past, and we'll continue to do so. We provided a Passover Seder with the help of a local cantor a few months ago, and we are planning a Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Did I pronounce that wrong? Yes. Rosh Hashanah. Everybody. Service in the near future. And right after that, we will be providing everybody service a few weeks later. These services will be at the end of September and early October. And we're using rabbis and cantors from the community to plan and do these services for us. There will be other events as well throughout the year. As you can see from our numbers, we have 87.2% of our residents, of our demographic, that identify as Christian. The vast majority of those are Reformed Christians. And we have a Roman Catholic contingency of about 13% of our total number. And then I've delineated for you the various denominations represented in our survey, and you can see those, in addition to numbers of those who do not adhere to any particular religious persuasion. Now, in addition to just getting the numbers of people that are here based on religious belief or religious identification, I received a lot of responses. People wrote some things which I find very helpful. Many of you wrote responses. Some of you went into great detail with responses, and I appreciate that. Some people gave me stories of your life, and I really like that. And so I've categorized the responses into 5 different categories. The first category that we have up here has to do with Sunday morning worship services, and I got some feedback concerning our sermons and presentations. Now, by the way, all of our services are for everyone, regardless of your religious identification. So our Jewish services are for everybody. Our Sunday morning worship services are for everybody, regardless of your spiritual belief or religious persuasion. We got some suggestions on number 4. We got some suggestions for sermon topics and presentations, and some of these can be incorporated into the sermons, but many of these topics will be addressed in the chapel newsletter that will be starting in the fall, and we can also have a separate class or workshop on many of these topics throughout the course of the year, beginning in the fall. Now, notice that some people mentioned that they would like to talk about political issues in church, and I believe that's an absolutely terrible idea. Now, I get the idea you agree with me on that. I don't believe that God is either Democrat or Republican, and I wouldn't want anybody to feel unwelcome based on a political stance. So I would really rather not talk about political issues in a spiritual context. Now, Holy Communion is important to the life of the Christian community. People miss it when we go a long time without it. We are currently serving communion, the Eucharist, the Lord's Supper, on the first Sunday of the month and during major Christian holidays. And that's as per request from people who are participants. Then we have other concerns, and you can read those there, of people who, with regard to our Sunday morning worship services. We have some folks who responded with Roman Catholic concerns. Some people expressed concern in this area, and we will do what we can to address these issues. The last issue, the transportation issue, has already been addressed. If someone needs transportation to a religious service on a weekend, we will provide it through Lyft if Walnut Village transportation is unavailable. A lot of you said that your spiritual needs are being met outside of Walnut Village, which is absolutely wonderful, and I appreciate you letting me know that. I would like to know who to call or who to get in times of crisis for you, if that should ever happen, and we really don't want it to happen. But if it does, we want to be there for you. And then we have several areas here that people mentioned with regard to appreciation for spiritual services and requests of spiritual services. In times of emergency or difficulty, I would appreciate knowing what it is that you would like for us to do. Would you like prayer? Would you like me to get somebody? Would you like me to bring family in or your local clergy? We'll do all of that because that's what you called us to do. People are appreciative of having a chaplain on site. I'm intentionally available for that reason, and people know what they need. You know if you would like to talk to a chaplain, and I'm available for that. Some people would like to have more discussions with the chaplain. I really like that, and I would like for you to take advantage of that. I'm always available. A few of you mentioned that you're spiritual but not religious, or that you really didn't know about your own spirituality. I like that honesty, that you're aware of that. And I'd love to talk to you more about that if you'd like to. Some people mentioned they were still seeking. One or two mentioned. Some people don't really know about their own spirituality, and again, we'd like to talk about that. Now, with regard to what we do in this area, got to know that it's about residents. It's not about imposing anything on anyone. It's about meeting you where you are and providing that need that you have. And I honestly believe that people know what they need, and we're here to provide for that need. And again, I am so thrilled to be here. I think this is an absolutely wonderful place to work with a wonderful community. And thank you. If there's any way that I can be of service or help to you, be absolute sure to let me know. Thanks.
We have a question. Hello?
Do you do one-on-one, and if you do, is it completely private, and you don't go out to the police or the fire department or anything like that, telling them what I've said to you?
Several of you have taken advantage of one-on-one counseling. Part of what I do is provide that, and many of you have taken advantage of it. I meet with people quite a bit, one-on-one, in a counseling or discussion format. And what we talk about is totally confidential. Now, the only thing that would break that is if you're going to do harm to yourself or someone else. If that's going to happen, then I gotta make that apparent to somebody. But otherwise, everything that we would talk about would be confidential. It has to be, or else we bring discredit to the process. So yes, I do quite a bit of one-on-one, and I invite anyone to take advantage of that spiritually or just for any issue that you want to talk about in your life. Are there any other questions or concerns?
Thank you, Les. Okay. So just an update on residents who moved in, moved out, or transferred. I think many of you have met Gene Boyle. He moved into apartment 236 on June 27th. He was actually referred, he was a former cop and referred by two of our former cops. So thank you for that. We did have some sad news. Betty Wilson was in Summer House. She passed away on July 6th. And Walter Rome, who just moved into 184 recently, passed on July 8th. I talked to Joan and she wanted me to make sure that you knew. And please make sure that you say hello to her so she gets to know some of you lovely folks. Okay, we're getting to the portion of the program where we get to hear from the purveyors of fun. First one is Judy.
And I'm gonna be quick, I promise. But we have a lot going on. As you know, everything that we do is resident-centered. So if there's something that you want to do, and if it's possible, I try and make it happen. I have been trying to do lunch outings in the past, pre-COVID. We did 4 outings to restaurants a month. Now I'm putting on at least 1 or 2 a month of the places you used to love to go to. And I need to have at least 3 to 4 people who to join us in order to have a good time at an outing. And I'm not getting that. So please consider becoming more active and more involved in all of the activities that we're doing. Earlier in the season, I said that we weren't going to go to any of the summer concerts in the park because if I can bring the people here, many more of you can enjoy them. So for the month of July, we do have a lot going on. On Sunday, the 17th, as Susan already talked about, we have West Coast Pops coming. They've been coming here probably for 7 years. They're a wonderful orchestra, and they will be in our courtyard at 7 o'clock. There again, I'm bringing you a big orchestra. Come and enjoy it. On Thursday the 21st, at 3 o'clock is a birthday show. And I tell you, the Spradleys do such an awesome, awesome job in putting this together. And when you see them, please tell them thank you. Beth Sussman is coming. I have Beth here often. I have her here at least 3 times a year or 4 times a year. She is a concert pianist. She is a Juilliard graduate, and she's fantastic. I love to sit on this side of the group, of the auditorium, and watch her. I've never seen anybody sit up so straight and play. It is amazing. So please plan to join us on that day. I believe on Friday the 22nd, we said that we were going to have one in a melon. That's wonderful. We're going to eat melon. Right time of year, I'm going to have a watermelon eating contest. I don't know how many of you were here. I think it's probably 5 years ago. We had the most fun doing a watermelon eating contest. There is a sign-up sheet in the book already, and I'm hoping that I will have a lot of people volunteering to do it. If you don't volunteer, you know what's going to happen. I'm going to tap you on the shoulder and volunteer you to be in the contest. It's a lot of fun, and I'm actually going to give a prize, and I know we're so competitive that you all won't do anything unless we reward you. 10 years of experience, I really do understand how you all operate. On Saturday, the 23rd at 4 p.m., the Dixie Delegates will be here. They'll be in the courtyard. They are a New Orleans jazz group, and I know you'll enjoy them. They were here probably 4 months ago, so we'll have them in the courtyard. Some other things that we are doing, I'm going to do a trip to California Phones. All this in August will be in the book. I'm in the process of putting the calendar together now. California Telephones is the organization, and I've said this before, it's the company that you pay for, even though you never see it. It's on your bill every month, and they have all sorts of phones for the hearing impaired and many other disabilities. So we will be going there. There will be a sign-up sheet. It will be limited, though. Also, they're going to come in, and they've done this before, they're going to do accessibility training on smartphones as well as on the Android phones. And those will be at 2 different sessions. They're very informative and very, very patient. So there will be a sign-up sheet for that also. As I said, everything is resident-centered. We do lots of shopping trips. We go to craft fairs. You tell me where you want to go. I'm trying to get you guys out. So please, come and be more active. I can't do all these things by myself. And since we're resident-centered, you need to tell me what you would like to do. We're doing this butterfly project, the Monarch Butterfly Project. Oh, we have released probably between 50 and 75 butterflies so far. It's a lot of fun. We're taking them from the egg to the caterpillar to the chrysalis, and then we're doing a release. And every once in a while, you'll see a photo that I've put up. Right before I left, I had a phone call from Braille Institute. They are going to begin putting together books on tape. It used to be that we had to get 1 book on tape. Now, if you would like multiple books put onto a tape, I can do that for you through Braille Institute. During COVID, they were doing that for 2 or 3 of our residents, and it was truly enjoyed. They're going to start that process again. I'm here most of the time. Come see me. I want to hear what you would like to do so that I can plan. You know, the reason we're all here is because of you. So thank you, everybody. I told you it'd be short.
Thank you, Judy. And I want to thank Judy and all of you guys who are participating in single-handedly repopulating the monarch population in Southern California. Good job! They're everywhere. Judy and her books. Isn't that a cute caterpillar? it's an ugly bug. Okay, finally, we have Mr. Exercise here for you. Please welcome Ryan.
You all knew I was giving something away today, huh? Before I give stuff away, I want to remind everyone that usually we talk about exercise for our muscles. Today we're going to talk about exercise for our brains, believe it or not. Just a friendly reminder that there's a Dacom pod down in the library. It's like a touchscreen computer, basically. It's an interactive way to challenge our brain in several different dimensions of brain cognition, memory, recall skills, and it's really, really user-friendly, easy to use. If you don't have a username already, it's pretty simple. It's just your name. You just have to let me know first that you want to participate, and so that I can get you set up for that. Very simple. We can take care of that. The same software is also available that we can download to your own personal at-home computer, iPad, or what have you. And if you want it installed, again, let me know. I'll send you the download link, and then I'll even come upstairs and help you get it installed on your computer as well. That was the business part. The rest is going to be fun. Next thing, thank you for all of you, those that participated in our little art scavenger hunt. Hopefully had a good time with that. Saw quite a few people of you walking around with clipboards, looking at art, finding out pieces of art that we walked by a million times and said, oh, there that is. So, for all your hard work, those that you just turned them in, we had 17 people turn stuff in. So I was happy with that, so thank you all that you participated. I was being optimistic about 20 prizes, so regardless if you participated, if you got them all or not, you're going home with the prize. However, in the interest of speeding things along, Debbie's gonna pick the order of who gets to choose their gift first, and then just once the meeting's through, if you hear your name, come see us up front. How about that? In terms of speeding things up, is that all right? Okay.
I'm sorry in advance if you're picked last. Okay.
All right, Debbie's picking.
Here we go. The first winner is, thank you, BJ! So I guess you're just gonna come up first at the end. Okay, the second person is Catherine Green. It looks like everyone in the back is getting, okay. Merlin Evans is number 3. Okay, number 4 is Marilyn Evans. Number 5 is Linda Priester. By the way, those were hard to find. You guys were concentrating. Number 6 is Judy Phillips. Woo! 7 is Mac. 8, Liz Spratley. 9, Gloria. 10, Elaine Quick. Am I counting it correctly? Are we on 11? Okay, 11. 11 is Bill Worth. All right, Bill. 12, Ken Beardsley. Ken Beardsley. Next is Terry Chun. Then Eve Silverman. Eve. Ellen Boston. And the best for last, Judy Campbell. Congratulations, everyone. Come up and pick your, well, we'll have you come up in order. And then don't forget, the Resident Council Executive Board is here in the front if you want to talk more or hear more about their trip to Front Porch. And we look forward to seeing you all. Don't forget Bob's Zoom call. It's 3:30 today. Oh, we have questions. We got 1 second, BJ. 1 second.
We have been bombarded with information now about a citizen's responsibility for recycling your own table scraps. What are we gonna do here?
So I believe, and Kim can speak more of this, do we do composting here?
I don't know that it's composting,
we have containers out back where the kitchen puts any scraps in, but we don't have a method of picking up food scraps from all of you, so that would be something we'd have.
Yeah, so I know in LA County, we had to have a composting program for our kitchen, the commercial kitchen. It's a little harder to do it for you guys, but we'll try to figure something out.
This is for Ryan. Ryan, you mentioned something about the computer. Does it talk? The answers talk, or is I'm out of it again?
So the DACM in the library, it does talk, and there's headphones to make it easily accessible, but to use it correctly, the computer is actually a touch screen, so the answer is you have to touch the correct areas on the screen to get the answers. We might have to think outside the box for that one.
Ryan, is it across all platforms?
PCs, iPads, iMacs. What am I missing? Yeah, pretty much everything, yeah.
Anything else, guys? All right, well, it's always lovely to spend some time with you, and we'll start calling folks up. So the first person we're calling up to, we'll read this to everyone else, and if your name was called, please stay in your seat for a few minutes. Thank you.
Thank you.